Hello and welcome to the Powerboost meditation. Today, let us experiment with the theme Zoom out in a second. Zoom out in a second. We are souls playing our roles in this physical dimension, in this stage. And most of the times, when we are playing our roles, we're also zoomed in to everything that is happening in the real world. And when we zoom in too much, it is then that we start taking personally everything that is happening around us. When I have zoomed into the role, then whatever happens with the role, around the role, all the insecurities of the role, the past of the role, the uncertainties in the future that all are based on the role that begin to affect me. And meditation is a very simple art of just zooming out and just taking a moment. So, in an instant, in a second, when I zoom out of the role, I see the bigger picture, where I see the role as a very tiny part of my existence. It's a very insignificant part of my existence. Then suddenly, it's as if the soul wakes up to the eternal reality, and the soul no longer hinges on the small little details that are happening in the story. And this allows for a fresh perspective, a renewed energy, so that the soul can enter back to the role and play its part with full of energy. So the game really is to be able to do that in a second. So just like in a second we turn on and off a switch, in the same way, in a second, it's like I'm able to just shut off the story, drop everything, and turn myself on. I switch off the story, switch on myself. And when it is time, I step back in. So there's really this practice of just zooming out to see the larger picture, because that's what allows the intellect to work properly. That's what allows the intellect to be awakened and see the reality and not get um, distracted by everything that is happening around. And the process of zooming out is very simple. I naturally can zoom out from something that doesn't belong to me. There are very less thoughts about anything that doesn't belong to me. Even if I'm walking or driving, I see so many people, so many places, things all around me, but not everything draws my attention because I know that nothing of that actually belongs to me. So internally, when this perspective is clear that there's absolutely nothing in this physical dimension that belongs to me, the soul, then in an instant I can drop it. Then it's not a labor, it's not a process, but in an instant I just drop it and I connect back to my true mind, uh, true mind, the eternal home, and the divine, and my eternal family. Everything else is an expansion. Everything else, it's there or not there, doesn't really describe me, doesn't um, bother my existence as a spiritual being of light. So just having this realization deep within allows me to just zoom out in a second. So let's take a few moments to experience zooming out in a second. As we sit here comfortably, relaxed, I see the entire story, the entire role, the past, the present, the future of this character that I am playing, happening in a separate dimension, the physical dimension. I take my attention away from this physical dimension, knowing that nothing of this physical dimension belongs to me, the eternal soul. I know that I am an eternal traveler through time. I know that there is nothing here in this physical world that I can say is mine because I keep traveling. I am on a journey. Everything changes in the physical world. So I take a moment to just appreciate this reality. And I gently come to the awareness of my truth, of my eternal reality as a tiny point of light, separate from the role, completely beyond the story, beyond the names, the forms, the different identities. I zoom out from everything. Nothing really is mine. And so I don't need to carry it inside my consciousness. I let go of it all, coming back to the awareness of myself as an eternal light, my home, the eternal home of silence. And my family, the eternal family of souls. This is the reality. Everything else is a facade. In my home, in the presence of the divine, I rest comfortably. The divine knows me personally as a soul that no one else knows. The divine loves me, cares for me dearly. I drop everything else Just be in the presence of the divine. The only constant, eternal, is the source, the divine. Everything else just comes and goes. Nothing here is permanent. The only permanent is this eternal relationship that I, the soul, have with the divine. I've zoomed out from the real world and I've zoomed into the divine. Everything else is immaterial. I stay here, zoomed out from the physical world, zoomed into my real world, eternal world. This is where I live. This is where everything is in its true, silent state. I see the physical dimension far, far away as a tiny, tiny world, and nothing of whatever happens within that dimension belongs to me. I live here in my home, completely safe and secure, in the presence of my eternal companion. And now, gently, as I return back to the physical dimension, the story world, having zoomed into my truth, even as I play my part here, just takes me a moment, a second to zoom out, from the physical dimension and to zoom into my essence. Om Shanti.